And that's the last two I need. I know I got more, but you can only do these 2 by 2. So for the hazmat pants, I only need 5 predictive fabric actually, so there, and voila, a thermal series hazmat suit, as opposed to a mechanism hazmat suit. What do I get out of that? Let's see. Well, of course, some grenades. And a couple of upgrades. And that only leaves one more suit to, that I need to put together. And that is the diving suit. It seems to be in the same vein, except it's using marine fabric and gold. Marine fabric, though, needs prismarine crystals. Where am I going to get those? Well, I don't know. I think if you light a fire on soul sand, I mean, what that was the create mod. And it seems to imply that if you, well, assuming you can find your flint and steel, if you can light soul sand on fire, if you light soul sand on fire, you get soul fire. And if you throw lapis lazuli and soul fire, apparently, then it'll turn into prismarine. Did I really lose that thing? I didn't want to. So if nothing else, I have soul sand in the nether garden. If I don't have it anywhere else. It doesn't look like I have it anywhere else, though. I suppose I could go over to the nether and dig some up, but I guess I should only do that if I'm gonna fight the wither skeleton again. The wither again. I suppose I can take this down. So what does this do exactly? I'm going to take this soul sand. Actually, no. I better do this outside. If I light the soul sand on fire, I get... But it didn't really... All it did was incinerate the soul sands. Or the lapis. Maybe if I put it next to it? No. I don't know, maybe this is some kind of thing that's exclusive to Create. But there is another way I could go about this. I seem to remember a while ago getting an Ocean Explorer map. Perhaps if that leads me to a structure made out of prismarine, I can make that into the prismarine shards I need for the diving suit. So we seem to be right by this place. In theory, it shouldn't be all that hard. I mean, all I'd really have to do is get to the actual place, and then, well, the thing's made out of these blocks, and the blocks are made out of prismarine, so all I really need to do is take out some of the walls of the structure, and for that I have the digital miner right here. I am going to need another helmet. I might as well make one ready now. But this looks like it's at the look like we're going northwest, which, well, it's not entirely a new direction, but it's new-ish. I mean, if I go far enough north, I don't know what it is. We've been going along mostly this east-west line, with few exceptions. Although, I have been able to... see, there's new territory already. I have been able to go far enough off the beaten path so that I'm not retreading my steps too much, and in doing so, I found a couple of more dungeons, which I think are from when dungeons arise, but I have no idea. Where's my boat? Here it is. Well, this is interesting. There's a house here, and it seems to be like by itself. What the? All right, let's get this out of here. What the? Oh, come on, not this. Well, gee, I hope whoever's cast that lightning bolt was proud of themselves. They've just burned this place to the ground. I tried to put it out, but oh well. I think all I can do now is take the stuff that's in this loot bag. Like a player head there. I'll just have to let this burn out. I wish it didn't have to be this way. But that's what happens when two... Really? Can I... Alright, fine, I'll sink to the bottom here and put my... Before I... Anyway, this is what happens when two mods conflict with each other too sharply. Lightning was never intended to be used by the mods that I fought in here. The structure is made out of wood. It is burning to the ground because of the conflict. I've seen this happen on a wider scale, come to think of it. There was this one dungeon, much larger, also made out of wood. And there was some other kind of mod which let certain spawned-in entities cast lightning. You know, like the blitzes. And while they didn't one-shot me like that, they did set the place on fire. I couldn't put it out in time. And, well, it's not like the entire structure burned to the ground. But enough of it burned to make it more or less unplayable. I had to sort of build a path up there. And that was the infested temple. It's one of the major When Dungeons Arise dungeons. I don't know whether I'll ever get to one here, but ordinarily it's simple enough, at least in concept. But But stuff that's made out of wood was never meant to have lightning or mobs that shoot fire in it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made it so inflammable. Anyway, I'm gonna wait. Hey, I'll be there, assuming I actually get to this place. Who knows? I might get hit by lightning again, out of the blue. But wait, I am approaching it. It's just that this, for whatever reason, I'm incapable of loading anything. I have to go at it like bit by bit. Okay, well, it looks like we're here. And it looks like I can't get anything in my backpack because my computer's taking much too long to do, well, anything. I'm watching this thing at 776 ticks behind. That there's 20 seconds in a tick. But you see, this is one of those underwater temples. Oh, finally. Last horse finally crosses the finish line. Okay, so there are very heavily armed drowned zombies that are throwing tridents at me. That's one thing. But and there's a debuff going that makes it impossible, or at least very difficult, to dig. But look, I can't see whatever's throwing those. I can't fight them either because I can't see them. Oh, there they are. Okay. These are most effectively fought, I suppose, with, well, a sword that doesn't have quite so much knockback on it. What the... Why is that happening? Okay, fine. I can't move. I can't even jetpack. There is nothing I can do about this. Okay, so there's a bunch of these little one-eyed things. I have no intention of actually trying to take them on right now. They don't seem to understand that, but... Now let me just, Am I missing any of my... No. Okay. There aren't any drowned zombies. I suppose I might, at some later point... Okay, there really isn't a way for me to fight these things, because I don't have... Oh, there they are. Arrows. But... Seriously, this... Okay, there are some arrows. And for those of you who missed that, they drop the stuff I'm looking for, prismarine, which I worked so hard to get. But I really need arrows for this, and I don't have them. Ooh, this stuff's floating to the surface. Let me... Yeah, mining fatigue more or less stops you dead when you're trying to mine. So I'm going to go... It's not too much trouble. I'm going to grab this. Then I'm going to attach... No. No. Still no. What I want to do is attach that. But I can't because shift also makes you drop. So what I'm going to have to do is get more building material, which I have here. And then Add a little extension out there. And then put that there. Make a nice outboard, nice platform here. It's a bit like a dock, isn't it? I only got 2 prismarine. Oh well. I was hoping I'd be able to just search for prismarine blocks. I'll have to do that with the miner then. So turn this off. See if this works. Really? It doesn't have... There seems to be a little too much that I can't do. Maybe if I set it to here. Nothing? I'm wondering if there are any blocks in general that I can get. Well, if I can't do it that way, maybe what I could do is activate these so that I'll automatically pick them up, and then take one of these blocks. Oh, but I still have that debuff. It makes it almost impossible to do that, so I'll have to wait however many seconds for it to wear off. Maybe in the meantime... Oh, here we go again. Alright. There! And... It just came back. Okay, they really, really don't want me to take any of these out. But Thermal Series demands it. They want prismarine for diving suits. And they assume, however wrongly, that you can get your hands on it. Oh, is it night? So stopping it underwater should help. I really hate to do this, but they force me into it. This is a bit like mining obsidian with a, well, any tool that's not equipped for it. Watch, the digital, this thing won't actually mine the thing, it'll just sort of go poof and disappear and won't drop anything. Speaking of which, I need to remember that it's going to automatically teleport to my backpack. I don't want to find it disappearing. Ah, here we go. Much improved. Okay, let me go over here for a bit. And this time I will use a different filter, the item stack filter. There is no reason to reject anything that way. If I have an item stack. Oh wow, that is a lot. I wasn't expecting this many. So I think perhaps a stack of 64 should do the trick. And remember, I'm doing this to get prismarine shards like that one. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Okay. Hopefully I'll be allowed to... What the... Oh, hello? What's that? Oh. You gotta be kidding me. That thing, I think, had, like, thorns in its armor, so if I hurt it, it hurt me. Do want to have to fight one of those, though. Alright. Now we have more stuff to pick up. Oh, and I almost forgot that I couldn't... Or rather, I can't pick up anything without it making a big deal of it. As long as I'm here, in this area, it'll take ages to dig anything out. What they're really trying to prevent is digging through the dungeon instead of going through it without touching the wall. Well, and leaving it alone. It's a clever idea. But it doesn't help if you just want to take a sample of the bricks, does it? They got no way of knowing that, though. And eventually I'll get this thing. Double check, make sure they're there. They are. There's my boat. Yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. As far away from here as I can, as fast as I can. Before those drowned zombies come at me with their tridents and drag me down to the bottom of the ocean and stop me from getting back up again.